Well, hello there, it's Kriint and welcome to another speed build, or I guess apartment build. Anyways, this week I wanted to go back to my comfort zone and build something simple because to be honest with you, I was really tired and not feeling very inspired. And since City Living came out, I used to do an apartment build every week. I would do like an apartment build and a normal speed build. And I love doing apartments, mostly because they allowed me to explore all these different styles and different designs. And I learned so much about interior designing that I never knew. Like, it was very educational. And for me, it was very fun. Plus, I didn't have to stress about the exterior, making it look good, making sure the gallery thumbnail is attractive so people would download it. So, that is always a plus. So last week I had to submit 7 papers and I had like 7 days, 1 day for each paper. So that got really stressful, and because I obviously aim for a good grade and not just to pass the subjects. Plus I had to work. I would wake up at 8 in the morning and I would go to bed at 11 or 12, and the only break that I would take during all these hours would be to go to the bathroom. Like, I wouldn't even eat lunch to make sure I would have time to do everything. And obviously I got really tired. So this week I wanted to do something simpler. I tried to go back to the build that I was doing, but honestly I wasn't feeling very inspired and I didn't really want to rush it just because, to have out a build. I wanted it to be perfect. So I decided to say, you know what, let's do something much simpler. And the first thing that popped in my mind with Eco Living, obviously we got Eco Lifestyle. I don't even know its name, whatever. We got the apartments that I love. I got so excited when I found out we got apartments because I recall asking Simguru Grant on Twitter. He is very famous over there. He used to be like, lead producer of The Sims, and then he moved to different projects. So I asked him when City Living came, I was like, do you guys think you would do apartments again? And he said it's hard to do a separate pack only for apartments because obviously you cannot market it. How do you explain to the board that, hey, we have a pack that was focused on apartments, here is a different pack? So when I found out that they incorporated apartments, or I guess in this case apartment complexes, and not necessarily like big skyscraper apartment buildings, I got so excited. Like, unreal excited, because I'm a city girl. I don't do farming. I don't do out in the woods stuff. So this was right up my alley. And I decided, you know what? Me and my boyfriend live in a very small apartment, but honestly it works for us and we don't really care about moving right now because we don't plan to live here for the rest of our lives. We have a plan to move within the next few years, so we haven't really cared about moving out or finding a better, bigger apartment. But when we do, our goal is to find a 2-bedroom apartment. And the main reason is we both work from home, so it's good to have a separate space for work and for living and sleeping, to be able to close the door and say, okay, I'm done with work for the day, now I can live my life. We're currently not able to do that. So that's kind of a top priority for both of us. And I try to incorporate our style and stuff that we have, our current apartment, as much as I can, or I guess as I could, plus some other elements. For example, what is not accurate is the kitchen. It has only I don't know how it's called. Is it a kettle? I'm not sure, the tea machine. I'm not sure how it's called in the game. We have so many appliances for the kitchen. That's illegal. Like, we have so many and I couldn't really fit them in the kitchen because it would get too cramped, or I guess in the Sims, in the Sims kitchen, in this build, because it would get too cramped, the Sims wouldn't be able to use it. So it's like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. So I just added the tea kettle or the tea machine, however it's called. I don't know how it's called in the game. Because honestly, that's what I am using mostly. He's using mostly the coffee machine. What else? Something that also isn't very accurate, or I guess not at all accurate, is all the plants. You see this apartment full with plants, and there's this running joke, if you want, that millennials love plants and dogs, or I guess generally animals, more than kids, and want to have plants and animals or pets more than kids. And you know what? That's very true. For me, I freaking love plants. I want to surround myself with plants, and I don't want kids. I want at least 3 dogs. That's my goals in life. So I'm not a good plant mom. I've killed plants. A lot of plants. So here in The Sims, being able to surround the entire place and fill it up with plants and not really care if they're gonna die, it's my jam. So I went all out. Also, you will notice around this apartment a lot of pet items. Of course, we had to do it. We had to. But yeah, when we got, for example, when I killed the last indoor plant, we got a new one. And we went to the tree nursery and we said, we want a durable indoor plant. And I tell the guy, I'm not a good plant mom. Please make it last. So he was looking at me. He wasn't really laughing. I was like, did you really kill the plant? It was like, I felt like I was doing a murder or something. So he suggested a plant, and when we brought it home, I was like, is it getting enough water? Are we overwatering it? Does it get enough sun? Should it be more in the sun? All of this first month, it was full with stress for a stupid plant. So yeah, really trying, still living. It's still alive, hoping that I'll be able to maintain that alive status. But yeah, what else? I took inspiration for the interior based on stuff obviously we already have. Because if we moved, we wouldn't buy completely new furniture. So I incorporated old stuff, plus I mixed up screenshots that I saw on Pinterest. I searched kitchen with plants, living room with plants, bedroom with plants. That was my Pinterest search history. And I essentially just messed those two up to create something that I would love. Because I keep saying that, but when you make me build a house, when I build a house, I obviously aim to the final result, Obviously that's the goal. And usually I succeed on that. I'm happy with this. But would I live in any of the houses that I've built? And truth be told, no, I wouldn't. So I wanted to build a house, or I guess an apartment in this case, that if someone told me, okay, if you had to pick one of all the houses that you build, and I would make you live there, mandatory, what would it be? So that was my plan. Also, something that you will probably notice on this entirety of this video is I swapped all the windows. So I made a tutorial a couple of weeks ago, I want to say, couple months ago, I don't recall, on how to change the windows and the doors of apartments. And I really wanted to put it on the test on Eco Lifestyle. So when I heard about the apartments, obviously I was excited, but I've never actually created an apartment with changed windows. Because the idea for how to change windows came to me after I've built all the city living apartments. So I was really excited to put it in the test, and I will link the tutorial if you want to see it, how it's done. But it's essentially done with the mode. You need to have the tool mode, and you use the move option from the tool mode to change the windows. Long story short, the problem in this specific apartment is it was on a diagonal plane. So think about it as if you were building a house on a diagonal. So that made it really hard to move stuff, and it took me quite a while to figure it out. Just in case anyone asks, when you download this apartment, the new windows and the doors won't be there. You need to manually change them, and because I'm sure no one is gonna go through all that trouble, like, let's be honest, I made sure that the uploaded version of the apartment is basically, built around the existing windows and doors and whatnot, and take them into account. But I really love doing like a before and after pictures and seeing like the massive difference. I loved it. And obviously here's the bathroom. I would love if the bathroom was bigger, like ideally in real life, but I was like, you get what you get. And of course I filled it with plants because why not, they're not gonna die. In our bathroom we only have one plant, and that's a fake plant because I accidentally dropped and killed the previous one. So it's like, yeah, maybe no real plants in the bathroom if you're this clumsy. But I love this window with the plants, it's so cute, love it. And yeah, I think this is the video, this is the apartment. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun building it, and you can find it if you want in the gallery. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.